the Transformers will return after these messages.
This October 20th through the 22nd, TFCon Orlando at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld with special guests Bob Budiansky, Victor Caroli, Dan Gilvison, Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Alex Milne, David Sobloff, and Casey Kohler. Meet mediocre YouTubers Bert the Stormtrooper, Deluxe Baldwin, Diecast Norbs, Engineer Hoist, Fire Talks, Ghost Prime, Kato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal, and Treebot. If you see them, make sure and say hi. You'll most likely find them at the bar. That's TFCon Orlando in October. Be there!
We now return to the Transformers.
Other than the other way around, which is what it was previously before Transformers the movie. Now, his first appearance was in the Transformers the movie in 1986, and he was voiced by John Machida Jr., the Micro Machines guy.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines.
And he is one of my favorite Generation 1 characters and figures even. I know this figure's kind of just divisive, but I love this guy. So please like, subscribe. Please remember to ring that bell for notifications. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of him. And without any further ado, let's get to the review. And to start off, we're going to take a look at Blurr in his vehicle mode. He is a space hovercraft type car. He's actually very cool with these different color blues on here. Some of the sticker detail, like on the front here, which also becomes his arm. Now, mine is missing a lot of stickers. There's stickers in the back and everything. Mine just is devoid of a lot of stickers. I'm not sure why. That's just sort of how I bought it. But I like it like this. It actually is much more show accurate like this. It looks pretty cool. So that's why I haven't gotten any toy hacks or repo labels for it. But now I do have the box for this guy. I just don't want to dig it out. So I'm going to show you a picture of it here. Now, I've never liked this box art, honestly. I like a lot of them, but this one I just don't like. Just never really hit to me very well. It's just a little too much. Anyway, here's his instructions going across the screen, so you can see what his instructions look like. And now back to the vehicle. So this vehicle mode here, he has, let's look from the top. You can kind of see his head right there. Does not have any seats or anything. His head just sort of sits there. And now my front piece right there they clip on, but mine is broken on one side, which is a very common problem. If you want to turn it on the underside, he looks like this. The one thing this one does have though is good paint, so I am going to look for a new front piece that's not broken. These pieces here in the back are made out of metal, and he has wheels that are made out of plastic. Now, he doesn't roll particularly well with these wheels. Just okay. You see my front end dipping there. Let's move that back up. It stays on reasonably well, at least for display purposes. I display him in robot mode, but that's how he is. His arms don't clip into place either, so you just kind of got to make them work, maybe even down a little bit like so. He definitely has an interesting Cybertronian vehicle mode. He does come with his blaster. Now, this is the first release. It is not a Target Master. There is a Target Master version that does not have this gun and has a hole resculpted right in here, so the Target Master could sit up the top of it. Transformation on him is super simple. First off, we remove the front piece, which becomes a shield. Now, as you can see, as I mentioned, that is broken. And that is super, super common. Eventually, maybe I'll find a nice, good shield for a good price. These actually go pretty high in the secondary market for what it is. Or you find them just like this. So easy transformation. First off, we're going to take these arm pieces, fold them up and around like this on either side. Now to take the bottom part here, which is his legs. Nice clicky. I'll give them nice straighten out the knees, turn them over. We can go ahead and take the feet, go ahead and push in the wheel there. The toes just come right out. And now the back piece, it actually clips on the little fin here. Just unclip that. The head kind of goes up at the same time. Just kind of move the head up at the same time. And then this comes out and down, forms the back. So you got the head up like that. Actually, let's see, get the camera in there. So lastly, arms, push down. And we have him in robot mode. And then for his accessories, his gun, they will fit in his hand. And this will fit in his other hand by a little peg on the bottom. Just like that. And there he is in robot mode. Get close up on that face sculpt right there. Hopefully this could focus on. There you go. So his face doesn't look a super lot like the cartoon. It's very flat. I like it because there's a lot of people that are not very fond of this toy. I actually really, really like it. I like the colors. I love it. I've never had him as a kid, so this is my first one that I had. My neighbors had him, and I did play a lot with theirs. But he is really cool. Moving on down to legs. Let's see, he's got different colored blues. Legs are unpainted. This whole chest piece is painted. The window here is painted. Like I said before, these metal pieces gives him a little bit of weight. The arms, big backpack, cleans up pretty good for what he is, I think. Articulation is super, super simple. You got arms that could go, I think they go 360, but I'm not going to force it. They will go 360. That's there. He's got a little bit of leg movement. For someone who runs, not a lot of leg movement, but he does have knees and toes. And if he really wanted to, his head could go down. He'd look down at his toes. But that's it for articulation. I mean, he's Generation 1, so really, what do you expect?
I expected nothing.
For comparison, there he is with Springer, Hot Rod. If I get him in there. Cup. Great lineup of colors on these guys. They definitely upped their color game in 1986. So you can see he's tall. He's pretty good and tall and lanky, like he should be, like a runner would be. And that's everyone's favorite fast talker, Generation 1. Let's get to the final thoughts. All right. Well, that was Generation 1 Blurr. If you don't have one in your collection, I strongly recommend him for your Generation 1 collection. He's awesome. He's never been reissued, so you need to find him. And of course, there are a few things you need to look for when you're finding a vintage one. As you've seen, my shield front end piece here is broken on the clip. That is incredibly common. And it's very hard to find one without that. So look for that. It doesn't stay on super well in car mode without it. Otherwise, things are like stickers. This one is devoid of a lot of stickers. There's metal here being chipped. Loose joints is also another common problem with them. You can find the bot itself fairly cheap. If you're going to go the route of the Target Master, it does get kind of expensive when you're trying to complete a whole one or find a complete whole one in good condition. Anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. Apologies for it's been so long. Life has been crazy. I'll see you in my next review.